Hello there everyone and welcome back to How to Play and Build. It sure has been a while. Today I am here to talk about how to play and build Chernobog in Smite. So Chernobog just came out. I'm going to leave my personal feelings on how the character plays until the end of the video. So we're just going to start, we're going to dive right in, we're going to cover Chernobog's abilities. So right off the hop, you have his passive, which is basically just a really weird version of Morrigan's passive. Basically, if you hit 3 auto attacks on the same target, they explode and deal extra damage. Now moving on to the core abilities in the kit, his 1, he throws down a crystal, it's a circle. This ability does damage twice, once on impact, second time after some time passes. His second ability is just a piercing auto attack, but it has some interesting interactions. If this piercing auto attack hits the crystal that you lie on the ground, you can detonate it early, and then this detonation causes a root, okay? Now, what's also interesting about this second ability is it is just like an auto attack. It can cause crits. So if you want to build in a crit, keep that in mind. You can crit off the 2. Continuing along, we have his third ability, which is a dash. But what's interesting about this dash, because we can't just have a normal dash anymore, if you dash into a wall, you go all Link Between Worlds on this shit and you stay in the wall, okay? You can't take damage when you're in the wall, but you can dash out of the wall. Okay, so you can use this to hide out in a fight. You can just hide in the wall, hope to God they use all their abilities, and then dash away. Now, finally, we have Chernobog's ultimate. So when Chernobog ults, he flies up into the air, and then every enemy on the map gets a stacking slow over time. But what's really neat about this ability is you actually click on a given enemy, and you become a home-seeking missile on that enemy. You are going to fly right to the enemy, and you are going to be able to fight them. It's a really cool global ultimate. When Chernobog lands, he does gain damage mitigation, and again, those enemies get slowed. So it's actually a pretty neat team fighting ult, and given that you can just fly right into a wall after you land, it might be able to keep you safe, but I do think overall it's a weird ultimate for a hunter to have. Moving right along, let's talk about building this character. So when you're building Chernobog, he's just a regular old hunter. So there's 2 major build paths that I really like hunters to go into, and that is crit or pen. And depending on which option you go into is basically what is the enemy team. Are they tanky or are they squishy? Because if they're squishy, you build crit and blow them up. If they're tanky, then you build penetration and blow them up. So it really just depends on what the enemy team is doing. But since I did put how to play and build in the title of this video, I will walk you through both of those builds right now. So let's quickly dive into both sets. For those of you looking to dabble in crit with Chernobog, here's the build that I like to go. So you're gonna go your Dev's Gloves into Ninja Tabby. The reason I go Ninja Tabby over Warrior Tabby is I don't like Chernobog's steroid. It is not really that reliable to me, so extra attack speed is very good. And then after that boots pickup, you're going to go Executioner, Wind Demon, Poison Star, Deathbringer. That's your crit build. That's the crit build I like. You really shouldn't change the order of those items unless you want to pick up Poison Star before you pick up Wind Demon. That's really the only choice in this build. Other than that, your curve is pretty solid. Now, if you want to go and you want to build into more of a penetration style build, here's the build that I again recommend. Dev's Gloves, Ninja Tabby, Executioner, Kinsai, Titan's Bane, Odysseus Bow. That's the pen build. That's 6 items of pure happiness right there. You are going to be doing a lot of damage to tanks and squishies alike. Oh, it's a good time. Between those 2 builds, I do prefer the pen build because it does give slightly more attack speed. This is also the same reason that I hate doing Rage Deathbringer on Chernobog. I've tried it. The character just has clunky auto attacks. So you want to build as much attack speed as possible, and with Poison Star Wind Demon or the pen build, you are going to have enough attack speed to really feel like you're relevant. So now to end this video, I'm going to talk about 2 things. Some tips I have for new Chernobog players, and then my personal thoughts on Chernobog himself. So first of all, tips. Remember the amount of shit that your second ability does. It pierces, it can crit, and it gives you an attack speed buff. So this too is really important. You want to use it, and it's not necessarily about causing that crystal to explode for the root. It can crit, plus it gives you that steroid. So just using it is not necessarily a bad call. The second ability is pretty okay. Other than that, my personal thoughts on the matter. And honestly, sadly, I don't think this character is great. I think he has a lot of potential, but his ultimate is clunky and his auto attacks always feel like they're off key. So I don't know really where to place this character. I think the buffs they're planning on giving him in the next patch should help a little bit, but like right now the character just feels clunky to me. I don't know, I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna let you guys know if I discover any changes. But that's all the time that I have for this video. If you enjoyed watching today, leave a like on the video. If you want to see more stuff from me, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys Friday for the next video. This is Celtic, signing off. Have yourselves a casual day.